Okay, it's a beautiful Saturday morning on Sports Safari, and I welcome you to the awesome show where we bring to you all the rounds making noise in the world of sports. I tell you, my name is Bala Okidieve, and I will be taking you on this sporting and exciting ride, I tell you. How was your weekend? Valentine was yesterday, and of course, I and my household celebrated the King of Lovers. You know who that is? That is King Jesus. And I hope we're still in the season of Valentine, and I hope you show love through Jesus Christ. Go out and tell them about Jesus, the King of Lovers. And of course, show love with your family members. It's still the season, I tell you. And you know, I just can't wait to get started because a lot is happening in the world of sports. Is it boxing? Is it football? Are we talking IGHALO? And of course, Joseph Yobo, who was appointed as the assistant coach of the national team of Nigeria. So many questions have been asked, so many doubts. We're going to talk about all that today. And IGHALO finally is going to be training with Manchester United. His match against Chelsea is just a few days away, and we're hoping, and SOLSKJAER is coming out to say, Chelsea, be wary of IGHALO. And all that and more we'll be bringing to you on Sports Safari. My name is Bala Okidieve once more. Don't go nowhere. Don't touch that dial. Don't switch it, because we'll be right back.
Many people long for success. They desire to do something with their lives, to make a difference in society, to become famous, or to become great. We all have the want to move from ordinary to extraordinary, to make the leap from good to great, to turn the seed of greatness that is in us into a fruitful field, and to fulfill the call of God upon our lives. From Reverend Dr. Chris Oyakhilome comes this new and riveting book, The Power of Your Mind. Do you want to do something extraordinary with your life? See, God has given you an excellent tool to use in your journey of greatness. It is called your mind. Learn how to walk in divine excellence through the power of a renewed mind. Get your copy of The Power of Your Mind today.
And now the All Blacks just waiting for the French to peel off the tracksuits, stand in front of them and receive the challenge of the haka. challenge has been received by the French. Stand by, the Rugby World Cup final.
You know, that is the New Zealand All Blacks, the national rugby team, and I tell you, always fearless. There's always a sound codes. You know, when, like how Pastor Chris used to tell us, sound codes. When we talk about sound codes, this is the sound code. They come out and, you know, they intimidate you. And I tell you, it was a wonderful match. Probably we'll be talking more rugby on the show as it comes, because, you know, we are unlimited when it comes to sporting information. Anyway, let's go straight into the Bible of sports, and let's see the news that is making noise, or the news that is creating attention in the world of sports. We'll move over to Tokyo, and Tokyo 2020 chief dismisses irresponsible rumors of Olympic cancellation. Tokyo 2020 chief executive Toshiro Moto has labeled suggestion that this year's Olympic and Paralympics could be cancelled because of the coronavirus outbreak as responsible, and he classified it as irresponsible rumor and retreated his instance that the games will go ahead as planned. Speaking during the latest International Olympic Committee project review of Tokyo 2020, Moto said to organizers, "Would like to make it clear again," in quote, "we are not considering postponing or cancelling the games." So to all of us, or to a lot of people that have heard that the Olympics 2020 at Tokyo is going to be cancelled or postponed, you've heard it from the chief himself that the Olympics and the Paralympics is here to stay. Moving on to the next news we have for you. And moving to the next news, we come back to Nigeria, and we're talking about Gennett Roy, the head coach of the Super Eagles team, and he's saying Yobo must get a coaching license. Wow. All right. Super Eagles coach Gennett Roy has advised Joseph Yobo to get a coaching license if he must succeed as a coach of Sports Safari reports. The NFF has the right to pick one assistant coach for any of my staff. So they have communicated this to me, and the appointment, I just found out on phone. I was informed by Amaju Pinnick in a telephone call before it was made public. I have the responsibility to develop the coaches from Nigeria as agreed with the NFF. I am more than happy to do that. He also said Joseph Yobo is welcome to the team. And of course, I've heard that he has no coaching diplomas. So I will talk to him about this. If what I've heard is correct, I will tell Yobo that he needs to do the training required to grow as a coach. Interesting. Gennett Roy coming out to say Joseph Yobo, who is the newly appointed assistant coach of the Super Eagles national team, that he should get his coaching badges. And I think he's really, really right, because a lot of Nigerians have mixed, I'll tell you, they have mixed emotions when it comes to the Joseph Yobo appointment as coach. But I'm going to bring that more. We'll talk about that. That is part of our talking points today. So we'll talk about that. Let's move to the next move. And now we're moving over to boxing. And this is Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Anthony Joshua. He said the winner has to fight AJ. That's what winner is he talking about? He said he will offer the victor between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder a 50-50 pulse split in a bid to finalize and seal the awaited Anthony Joshua showdown. Eddie Hearn has revealed that he will consider offering the winner of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder rematch an equal split of the pulse to face Joshua. Talks of the fight between Joshua and Wilder for the heavyweight undisputed crown have been rumbled, and the best part of the 2 years, while Fury often spoken about his desire to face his compatriot in a heavyweight match. And we're talking about this match that we're talking about is happening February 22nd, I should say, few weeks away from here. The most anticipated match of the year. We can't wait. We really can't wait. And Eddie Hearn has come out to tell that, okay, all this dragging about money, because we've been hearing rumors AG has come out to say it. Wilder has come out to say that Team AG likes too much money, negotiation. But you know how this business works. Joshua is the undisputed champion. So his price should be high, I expect. But Eddie Hearn has come out to say it's going to be a 50-50. So that's big motivation for that's a big motivation for Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. So we'll see as this comes up. We'll bring you all the reports as all this comes true. Now, moving over to England and, of course, football. Solskjaer threatens Chelsea with IGHALO, says he's a goal scorer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer insisted a new signing, IGHALO, does not need to show his Manchester teammates to be an instant hero at Chelsea on Monday. IGHALO will only meet the rest of the United squad for the first time on Sunday because the Nigerian striker has been restrained alone in the quarantine in Manchester United following his move to China as a precaution in a case he was carrying the coronavirus. And of course, in quote, Solskjaer said, "We needed another forward and we got the chance to get IGHALO on loan for us. He's a goal scorer. He was top scorer at African Cup of Nations last summer, and he can help the team." He also added, "He's a different kind of striker to what we have. He's a very professional player, a good lad, and will give something to the group." That is Solskjaer talking about IGHALO. He believes so much in IGHALO, and of course, he outlined his scoring feat at the African Cup of Nations. IGHALO really has a good scoring record, playing over 230 matches and scoring over 140 goals. That is a good scoring ratio. That is 1 goal in every 120 minutes. Everyone wants a striker like that. All right. Now, the big news, and a big surprise, because I remember when I got a call and I received this news, I was like, wow. I had to go straight to my computer to confirm if this was rumor. And trust me, every media outlet is talking about this. It's really talking about this. And what we're talking about Manchester City banned from European football for 2 years. Why? We'll get into that now. Manchester City to appeal 2 years UEFA competition ban for financial fair play violation. Manchester City will appeal the decision to the ban for the club for 2 seasons from European competition, including the Champions League, after the governing body found them guilty of breaching financial fair play rules. UEFA announced this on Friday that the reigning Premier League champions will be excluded from the Champions League for the 2020-21 and 2021-22 campaign, and also been fined $30 million for overstating sponsorship revenue in its account and also failing to cooperate with the investigation, according to findings by the UEFA adjunction chamber. In response, City have said they were disappointed but not surprised by the ruling and gave notice to their intentions to lodge an appeal in the Court of Arbitration for Sports. Wow. All that, Manchester City, from what we've heard, Manchester City has been given, been editing their financial outlets, like the finance they give to UEFA is different. The documents, it's like they're playing a trick on UEFA, and UEFA has really reacted by banning them, of course. And Manchester City have come to say, this is not true, there's a misunderstanding here. Because UEFA said the financial fair play rules, how it works is, you don't spend more than you make. And Manchester City made over £50 million last season, but have spent more than that. And they've been giving fake documents to UEFA and inflating their prices to make it seem like everything is right. But we all don't know that. But by the time they get to court and they appeal, we'll find out and we'll bring that all to you here on Love World Plus Sports, here on Sports Safari, Total Football. All the sporting programs we have, we'll bring that to you. So Manchester City fans, will keep your fingers crossed. But think about it. No Champions League? That brings a lot of questions. Will Guardiola stay? But a lot of players stay in the team. We'll get to find out in a few days to come. All right, that's all I have from you on, the Bible of Sports. Now I will be moving over, to the field of play. And before we really get serious, I would just like us to watch this match between Roger Federer and Nadal. And of course, they had a special guest. Don't go nowhere. When we come back, you will see him, and when we come, we'll talk about it. This match happened in South Africa, and it was the it was recorded to have the biggest attendance in any tennis match with 50,000 with 50,000 fans attending this great event set up in South Africa. We'll be right back. This is the match: Roger Federer versus Nadal, and of course, Bill Gates. Oh, what a match. I didn't want it to finish. You know, seeing Bill Gates, 64-year-old, coming out for a match. He actually played well. I'm sure Bill Gates has been listening to some Pastor Chris. That's why I think he's keeping fit and, you know, becoming young. Great match, I tell you. What an entertaining one. And we need stuff like this. We need matches like this in football, you know, to unite. I mean, I beg your pardon, in tennis, to unite everybody. Not just tennis, sports. Have charity matches like this, entertaining match. All right, now let's move on to our talking points. And talking about Joseph Yobo. Joseph Yobo had something to say after his appointment. Can we have it on the screen? All right, Joseph Yobo said, "I am super excited about the opportunity. It's not something I was expecting, so it came as a little bit of a surprise. But when the opportunity came, I had to grab it. And that's what makes it so special, because I wasn't chasing it." Oh, wow. Wow, this statement says a lot. And can we look at what Gernot Roy has to say? Because there's something I'm trying to... All right, Gernot Roy said, "The NFF has the right to pick one assistant coach for my staff. So they are the ones to communicate the reason for my appointment, not myself. I was informed by Amaju Pinnick in a telephone call before it was made public." All right, if there's one thing we can agree on what these two men are talking about, these two great men are talking about, it's they didn't know this was going to happen. And that brings the question to a lot of Nigerians, and I say a lot of sporting spectators. Do you just make a decision like that for the national team? Why is Joseph Yobo the main man to, you know, to be under Gernot Roy? Does he have the experience? I know Joseph Yobo too, he has served us. Can we have Joseph Yobo's stats on the screen so we can actually, okay. He is the second most capped player in Nigeria. Yobo has won the first of his 100 caps for Nigeria against Zambia in Chingola in 2001. Yobo represented his country in 1999 on the 20 World Cup, skippered the Super Eagles for the African Cup of Nations success in 2013. And the former Everton and Fenerbahce and also Norwich defender played in 6 African Cup of Nations tournaments between 2002 and 2013 in his 14-year career. He also featured in the 3 World Cup tournaments in 2002, 2010 and 2014, playing 10 matches at the World Cup finals in total. The most appearance for a West African nation on the biggest stage. Yobo became the first African to captain Everton in October 2007 and made more than 250 appearances for the Toffees, helping them qualify for the Champions League. Okay. Yobo has been a great servant, we understand, for the Nigerian national team and anywhere he has played. But from his statement that you can see, you're hearing he's telling you that, "I didn't expect it. I wasn't chasing it. Is this grace or is this going to be a big mistake?" When I come back after the break, I and the veteran Mnike Agu, we are going to be dissecting, and from his experience, he's going to be telling us if this is a right decision for the Nigerian football team. We'll be right back after the break.
2020 is the year of perfection.
In a blaze of glory, the year 2020 has been declared the year of perfection.
Happy New Year! Welcome to 2020. It's a great year.
And with such joy and excitement pervading the atmosphere, the Spirit of God further revealed the intricacies of His plans for us this year.
There's going to be an alignment. The word is completeness. The next one is excellence. The fourth one is from the Greek telesphorio. It means to bring to fruition.
Get ready for a most extraordinary year as you study, meditate, and imbibe this Rhema word for the year of perfection.
You're going to be so full of God's word in 2020. You're going to desire after God's word in 2020. Can you say amen? The moment you set yourself to perfection, you will have it.
It is now available on the Pastor Chris Digital Library app. Tell everyone about it and download your copy now. Visit the ministry materials stand after the service to get a copy. God bless you.
And now the All Blacks just waiting for the French to peel off the tracksuits, stand in front of them and receive the challenge of the haka. Well, the challenge has been received by the French. Stand by, the Rugby World Cup final.
All right, welcome back to Sports Safari. If you're just joining us, you are right on time for the climax of the show. Before I went on a break, I told you the veteran is going to give us his analysis and his take based on his experience, what it's looking like. We just had Joseph Yobo talking about he didn't expect that he was going to get a job. He wasn't chasing it. It came as a surprise to him. And of course, Guinness Roy also saying the NFL has a right to pick, but he never knew. He just received the phone call that your boy is going to be his assistant. So the veteran Emily Kiago, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Connect.
It's good to be on that side, brother.
You know, watching you be my guest.
Very beautiful morning.
Yeah, it's very beautiful morning. So quickly.
Talking about Joseph Yobo, when he says he didn't expect it, has he turned it down? No. Nobody turns such offer down,
yes,
even if he didn't expect it. This is a young man that has paid his dues for Nigerian football. And somebody is the only player in Nigerian football to have crossed the centurion mark for appearances for the national team.
Even West Africa.
Yes, including West Africa. He has 101 caps for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. He captained Nigeria for 4 years, 2010 to 2014. He played his footballing career over 10 years for Nigeria, so he has seen it all. He played over 347 matches for clubs in Europe across 5 countries. So if he says that he didn't expect it, I think he's just being mild and magnanimous with words.
Sorry to cut you short. Is that enough with no experience? We know Olise was appointed as the coach of the national team.
And what happened after?
But he had experience.
What happened after? Olise could not manage the national team.
But Joseph Yobo has not have any coaching experience. I know he's a pundit, he talks.
Let me shock you, Bala. A lot of people are saying Joseph Yobo doesn't have the experience. But across there in Europe, if you could play beyond 250 matches for club sides, top club sides in Europe, that automatically merits you to UEFA grade C certificate for coaching in case you want to go into coaching. But you are limited to where you can start and the appointments you can get. But Yobo played 347 matches in France, in Belgium, in England, in Spain, and in Turkey. And so, even without asking, by experience, he merits being an assistant coach. I tell you something. John Terry retired from Chelsea and became assistant coach at Aston Villa. How much qualification did he have? How much certificate did he have? Zinedine Zidane retired as a player and went into Real Madrid.
But he went to coaching. He went for coaching.
But they put him as a coach for the junior team. How much certificate did he have? Pep Guardiola retired as a footballer, went into coaching. How much certificate did he have? So I do not think that this should be a case here for Joseph Yobo, who played for across 10 years for the Super Eagles, who played across 5 countries in Europe and has gathered experience and knowledge. I think what is left for him now is to just begin to improve on the job by going for the prerequisite coaching classes.
Okay. Well said by the veteran. I think you have a great point there. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and we wish Joseph Yobo success in carrying the national team. All right, now let's move over to boxing. You know, the countdown is here. We're talking about Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. I tell you, this is the biggest match of 2020 and it's happening February 22nd.
I can't wait for that fight. I can't wait for that fight.
So who do you think
We've been looking towards that fight. We've been looking forward to it, pound for pound. You know, fist for fist, determination for determination. But here we have somebody who is on advantage. The man who holds the WBC title, Deontay Wilder, they call him the street fighter, the next Tyson. I don't know about that. He has had this guy before, and they had it all square. And the judges say, hey, it's a draw. Okay, let's go for a rematch.
And Eddie Hearn came out.
This time.
And Eddie Hearn came out to make everything, add some spice. He said the 50 is going to be 50-50 split between anybody that wins between Deontay Wilder. It's going to be 50-50
split of the purse.
Of the purse.
Of the purse.
Yeah.
Because these are two great fighters, I tell you. Take nothing away from Tyson Fury. He merits being a world champion. He's an entertainer. He's a thriller. And I love his footworks. I love his jabs. You know, but Deontay Wilder means business. He is a businessman. He goes there, he gets the job done. You know, so, but I think he met a match in Tyson Fury. Yeah, that's why we can't wait for the rematch.
We can't wait.
We can't wait for the rematch.
All right, Joshua had something to say about the match. We'll be right back. Just a little clip of what Joshua had to say, then we'll come back, analyze, and round up.
Wilder versus Fury 2, Saturday, February the 22nd, MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas.
I think Fury wins. I said it. I think a man that nearly done it the first time won't get it wrong the second time. That's the only reason why. I think that he came so close the first time to the point of a draw. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like it was like 12 rounds masterclass and then got battered in the 12th and that just separated it. It was a draw. It was that close. So I just think Tyson Fury going to correct his wrongs and come back and win.
Fury is among the most complete fighters in boxing, let alone that he's 6'9", 265.
No count in 2 rounds?
Nah. In my opinion, again, I've just never seen that in Fury anyway. And I don't even think Wilder would knock Fury out in 2 rounds.
Down goes Ortiz! Oh my goodness!
Yes!
If Wilder was to come on, knock him out in 2 rounds. It's not really that kind of party. Fury's an elite level, but he could do that to like a Brazil. Do you know what I'm saying? Brazil's a lower tier heavyweight, in my humble opinion, that's still progressing. And he went to the top level. And even when he come to the top level with me, that was early on in my career as well. He got beaten up in 7 rounds. With Wilder, what did he do him in 1 or 2 rounds? So you can see, you know, so I just think like Fury's a top tier fighter and you can't just go in there. Fury can't go in there and bang out Wilder, top tier fighter, and Wilder ain't gonna go in there and bang out Fury. And like you see in the last fight, he took him 12 rounds to get a draw. So they're top tier fighters and none of them will be able to do it to each other.
All right, we heard from Anthony Joshua. I'm talking about he believes Fury will come out on top. Do you think...
Very hard for him to predict.
Very hard, but...
Very hard for him. So if he says Fury is coming out, I think it's a chunk of patriotism. He's a fellow Brit. And give these two fist to fist. Deontay Wilder's punches are packed with power. He took this guy down twice, and twice he came back up, and yet they ended in a draw. This is a very close call. It's a very close call of a fight, so I don't know where it will go. Let's keep our fingers crossed. All
right. You heard it from the veteran himself. Okay, football still continues. Sorry we're not going to have so much time for football today, but the football season still continues. And of course, we're looking at the Serie A. Juventus will be playing Brescia. Lazio will be playing Inter Milan. That's a match you should watch out for. And of course, moving over to England, Southampton Premier League is back. Southampton will be playing Burnley and Norwich versus Liverpool. And on Sunday, Aston Villa versus Tottenham, Arsenal versus Newcastle. And on Monday, the big match we've been waiting for, IGHALO versus Chelsea. That is Manchester United versus Chelsea. And of course, moving over to La Liga, we'll be having Real Madrid. Of course, we'll be playing Celta Vigo and Barcelona versus Getafe. That's all we're going to be having from you for football. The veteran, I say thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Great knowledge. Great knowledge.
Thank you.
And with this, we're going to be rounding up the show with AC Milan versus Juventus, with Ronaldo continuing his goal-scoring streak now to 11 matches consecutively for Juventus. What a player. Have a good day on Sports Safari. We'll be right back on Total Football to talk more football. My name is Bala Okidieve, and I say, keep listening to Pastor Chris, keep singing songs, and don't forget, always do sports.
Castillejo. I think it was going wide anyway, Tony.
I think so, but Buffon was taking no chances, and rightly so. Gets across, and
here's Quadrado.
It's great feat from the Colombian. It really is. He sends Romagnoli the wrong.
Commander has made a present of it to Ronaldo. And once again, bitty patch, the snarly patch between the two teams in the middle, and Ramsey's just pulled back into the deeper position. Top of the shoulder again, and on he goes to steer it through.
To who from Simon Kier. Bonucci, there's no doubt, goes.
Game that was Leicester match. Crossing towards Ibrahimovic. And from left to right. Oh, Dybala's done well around the corner. De Chilio in towards between. Rebic. Ibrahimovic. Ripples the side netting.
So close. Rebic gets lucky as well. And he lays it off to Ibrahimovic. Not the best layoff either, but...
away. And the hit by Hernandez took a little deflection, and once again Buffon had to get there.
Made more difficult because of the deflection. No doubt the ball was spinning viciously as well. Here you can see it.
Big, strong, determined. So was Castillejo. The left cross to the far stick area. Rebic! Breakthrough! First goal in the Coppa Italia semi-final first leg goes to Milan. And it goes down to Rebic. Buffon finally beat.
They finally get some
starting lineup today by Ramsey, and for that tall, physically formidable cross all the way through. Dybala's first to it.
The ball's come. Rebic has turned around, and he certainly had assault someone.
We won't want to get rid of the Uruguayan though. Here's Dybala of the round of 16 games. The 3, and away it is by Alessio Romagnoli. Support arriving from Çalhanoğlu. Çalhanoğlu had an excellent second half.
Yellow card, and Castillo misses the next match. Here we see it again.
It's worked very hard up and down this right-hand side. He stopped out. Well, I did warn you this was going to happen.
Yeah.
There's a red.
I think he was just slightly late. He steps on Dybala. It's a goal-saving one. Here is the goal for Rebic.
Madrado, Bentancur.
Juventus players going to get frustrated. I mean, very good indeed. Can they string a 9? And I've seen these given before.
Certainly has. His arm is down. He'll have the last laugh. Yes, he does. Milan 1, Juventus 1 in stoppage time. Juve draw level in the first leg of the Coppa Italia semi.